A federal judge has issued a nationwide, temporary restraining order against enforcing President Donald Trump's executive order banning nationals from 7 majority Muslim countries from entering the U.S. Last Friday, Trump issued an executive order that bans citizens from Iran, Iraq, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria and Yemen from entering the U.S. The rollout of the executive order caused mass confusion, deportations and protests. By Saturday, the lawsuits had begun, with at least 40 active lawsuits in 17 states. At the state level, Virginia, Washington, Minnesota, New York and Massachusetts have filed cases against the federal government. The attorneys general of 16 states and the District of Columbia issued a joint statement earlier this week calling the executive order unconstitutional, un-American and unlawful. In California, the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, filed a lawsuit that seeks class action status, which New York and Massachusetts have joined. There are individual lawsuits in Georgia, Illinois, Pennsylvania, Texas and elsewhere, NBC News reported. The lawsuits claim violations of the First, Fifth, and 14th Amendments, which guarantee religious equality, due process and equal protection under the law, as well as denials of asylum and discriminatory visa processing. We're being sued right now in 10 different courts. We're going to be sued tomorrow in 20 different courts, Iraz Ruvni from the Justice Department's Office of Immigration Litigation told the Virginia judge on Friday. Washington and Minnesota. On Friday afternoon, a U.S. District Court judge in Washington state ruled that the combined cases put forward by Washington and Minnesota providing evidence that the executive order has caused immediate harm. Judge James Robart also said that the lawsuit has substantial likelihood of success in challenging the constitutionality of the order, the Seattle Times reported. Virginia. Earlier on Friday, U.S. District Court Judge Lenny M. Brinkema expanded and extended her order staying the enforcement of the travel restrictions in Virginia. She also allowed the Commonwealth to join the lawsuit by Tarek and Ammar Akil Mohammed Aziz, Yemeni brothers who are permanent legal residents and who returned back at Dulles International Airport on Saturday. The two men said they were forced to sign forms giving up their status as lawful permanent residents against their will and without their knowledge or consent, according to court documents. Brinkema noted that, although the president has almost unfettered power when it comes to securing U.S. borders, this is not no limit. Shaw also had harsh words for the executive order, which she said was poorly planned and rolled out. It's quite clear that not all the thought went into it that should have gone into it, she said. There has been chaos. Without any kind of actual hard evidence that there is a need to revoke visas that had already been granted. Virginia Attorney General Mark Herring praised the ruling outside the Alexandria courthouse, according to the Washington Post, saying he was really pleased the judge recognized real harm is happening in Virginia. Brinkema did not hold government officials in contempt for reportedly preventing immigrants' access to lawyers, a violation of her previous order. She told the court that she didn't have enough information to make the contempt determination, even though Virginia had cited news reports and affidavits from lawmakers that U.S. Customs and Border Patrol agents had not allowed attorneys access to the visa holders. There were so many lawyers there willing to help, and not a single one got access, Virginia Solicitor General Stuart Raphael said during the hearing. Brinkema also required that, by Thursday, the federal government provide Virginia with a list of all people with valid visas who were denied entry or removed from the U.S. who had Virginia ties since the order was signed. At least 350 students at state universities, as well as professors and other employees, were affected by the executive order, Virginia officials said. ACLU. On Thursday, the ACLU filed a lawsuit in a California federal district court, accusing the Trump administration of violating the religious freedom of those visa holders who were barred from entering the country. It proposes class action status on behalf of nationals who are living or have lived in the United States and are from the 7 countries listed in the executive order. Senior advisors to defendant Trump have engaged in anti-Muslim rhetoric that provides additional support for the notion that the executive order was prompted by animus toward Islam and Muslims, the suit said. New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman and Massachusetts Attorney General Maura Healey announced Tuesday that they would join lawsuits filed by the ACLU chapters in their respective states. "As I've made clear, President Trump's executive action is unconstitutional, unlawful, and fundamentally un-American," Schneiderman said in a statement. "That is why my office will be filing to join the federal lawsuit against President Trump and his administration. I'm proud to partner with these organizations to fight to permanently strike down this dangerous and discriminatory order." Massachusetts. Although the Bay State has joined in the ACLU's lawsuit, Massachusetts state attorneys were in court seeking an extension to the 7-day restraining order against Trump's travel ban that was originally granted there on Sunday. U.S. District Judge Nathaniel Gorton did not issue an extension, but is reviewing arguments and will rule by Sunday. However, Robarts' nationwide restraining order provides coverage in case Gorton's ruling does not extend the local stay.